All right, in America, we are live. Hello, everyone. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Sunday evening. Welcome to the BNT Sports Talk Show, and I am T. And to my left or right, I don't even. I think it's to my right. Right is B. So welcome everybody. We're happy to have everybody on the show. If this is your first time watching us, we appreciate it if you like our video, if you subscribe to us. That would be awesome. So, NFL season opener. Obviously, we're going to be talking a lot about the NFL today. But first, we're going to start off with the fact that today is 9/11, and of course, if for anybody my age or maybe even a little bit 10 or so years younger, might even remember when it actually happened back in 2001. And we just kind of to start it off, I'll kind of share where I was, at the time. I was actually at my grandfather's house. He was getting ready to take us to school, and I was getting ready for school. My grandfather comes into the room. He says, "Come here. You need to see this." And he said, "Look, I've never seen nothing like this in my entire life." And so it was just running on the news on every single channel with the towers pretty much just smoking and on fire. And
Yeah.
so we sat there and watched that for like an hour. We ended up going to school and getting to school a little late. It was uncertain if we would even have school that day. And the entire day at school, we literally only talked about that subject. One of our teachers even had a brother who was in one of the world in at the World Trade Center. So it was that there was a pretty surreal and just it was like something from the movies. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of crazy. So it's unfortunate. Rest in peace to anyone that lost their life on 9/11 or has a relative that lost their life. So God bless you, and keep going, America. B,
Yeah.
what about you,
I,
man?
I, I was getting ready for school myself, and like anything, we were watching the news, and like time really stood still when that
Yeah,
happened. You know, of course, no one's. Um, it's something that we don't really expect here, and I remember school was basically non-existent. It was just watching the
yeah,
news, watching this all unfold here, and the fact that it's 22 years later, it's still like it was last year.
yeah, yeah,
Like it was fresh, man. It's hard to imagine, and for everyone who's still impacted by that, you can only, some of the videos are just really hard to watch when it comes to that
yeah.
there. So it's tough here, but
Yeah, and we appreciate folks, and obviously you don't want to forget because we are not invincible here in America. We gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta stand up for our nation when we can, and appreciate the folks that go out and do some of the heavy lifting in that regard. So
absolutely.
we're gonna transition into. Well, first I'm gonna let you get a shout out, LB.
Yeah, let's give a couple shout outs here. We got drunk, we've got my uncle here, and the biggest shout out goes to Little Kane. I know you're watching. No cussing today, I promise you that. Okay? No
Fiddlesticks.
cussing. If I cuss, you let your dad know, and I'll Venmo him $1 for every cuss word I drop
Man,
today. So chat, keep us accountable for that, but no cussing from the two of us, but cussing in the chat. So
you about to
so
be
fire
broke.
away
That's
here.
all I'm gonna say. You about to be broke.
But let's talk about the NFL season, man. I don't know about you, but I woke up in a good mood today, knowing that dudes were putting pads on and it was for real, and they were going to be messing each other up here in the NFL season. But let's touch base real quickly. Let's start off with your Oakland/LA back to Oakland/Las
Okay.
Vegas
All right. All right.
Raiders
All right.
here. Um, Took a bit of a loss here to the Los Angeles slash San Diego slash Los Angeles Bolts again. Um, the AFC West is such a monster of a division that that everyone's talking about. So the fact that we got an AFC West showdown to begin the season with between Justin Herbert and Derek Carr, I just want to ask you, Taj, as a Raider fan, what did you see today? What was kind of an improve? What was something that you liked, but what was kind of the most disappointing thing you took away from the Raiders' loss to the
Well, I'll
Chargers?
start with the Chargers is a good team. They're a good team. They obviously have added Khalil Mack to the squad. They had a good team last year. We played them at the end of the season and barely won to make it into the playoffs. So kudos to them for being a good team. As far as the Raiders, what I saw was a team that came in with a lot of expectations, and I don't think the Raiders are used to that. There's a lot of expectation on this season because of Derek Carr, because of Devontae Adams, and we talked
Mm-hmm.
about it before. We didn't really get to see any snaps between these guys until the regular season, and lo and behold, man, Carr was trying to gun it to Devontae Adams like a lot. Like they featured him a lot. They threw him the ball a lot. He had 141 yards receiving, so he had a great game. But I think what the Raiders needed to do really is they need to settle into a more dynamic offense where they are also featuring their other guys. I mean, they still have Waller, who they just paid, and Hunter Winfrey had a really great season last year. And they really didn't try to get the ball to Hunter Renfro, I think, until maybe the third quarter. Um, and it seemed a little forced. And I really just felt like they didn't have the continuity with both the game plan and with each other as teammates, even though Winfrey and Waller have been on the team for already. But we have to keep in mind they have a new coach too. And so yeah, I think they need more time to develop together. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about the defense though. I really
What
expected much
defense?
more of a pass
Yo.
rush from the Raiders, and I didn't get it. Crosby got in there and got a couple of hits. Um, I just didn't see them being dominant on the front line, which is what I was hoping for, and it didn't. I don't know. It wasn't impressive. The second quarter, the Chargers were running through our defense like water. They were hitting all their spots. I never saw Herbert feel pressured at any standing point. He was standing tall in the pocket. More importantly, he was delivering the ball on time. He was standing in the pocket. He had a great cadence to get a certain amount of time to get rid of the ball. He had enough time and he got rid of the ball. Carr, however, seemed a little bit hesitant. He would stand in the pocket for maybe a half a second longer, and it ended in some sacks, especially the one at the end of the game, and another one I think leading up to that point. And he had some off throws. He had a couple of deep throws, one to Waller that ended up getting intercepted, where the ball was more of a late. It was more of a he threw it on a rope instead of it being a touch pass in the air because Waller was ahead of his guy, and he threw some bad picks in the fourth quarter again. So the Raiders had a great opportunity to win the game. When they thought they had it going, they had their defense got a little bit of a little bit of mojo going in the fourth, got some good big stops. But when they got the ball back, they turned the ball back over, and they still had a chance to win. So I think the Raiders are on the right path, but defensively they gotta really find a way to not just let guys catch balls in open spots against the zone. And on offense, they have to be more dynamic. They can't just feature and throw to one guy, and let that be the game plan. And I think they just need to they need to pick it up a little bit. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It did.
You know what's funny? Devonte Adams looked real comfortable out
Yeah,
there in the way he was
yeah.
running routes. And did you see
He
the
had the
route
double
he ran,
move
that
where he was
the
wide
double move
open.
that
Yeah, he killed that
sent
dude.
the DB into
Oblivion.
into out of the screen there, man? That was a nasty run there. But we talked about it a little bit here with um with the preseason thing, and obviously the Raiders offense didn't really played the preseason at
Right,
all. You know
right.
what I'm saying? There, none of the starters played, and so do you think that had an effect on the way the offense kind of moved today? Because honestly, they tried doing a little trickery play, and that turned into a disastrous play for
Stop
them.
that. Stop that.
Um,
It's.
with all of that,
I think it did, and mainly because they have a new head coach. I think they're not running the exact same offense they were last year, and you have the same players, but you have a different coaching strategy. You have a different offense, different play caller, and obviously that's going to take some time for the team to get adjusted to. Like you said, Devonte Adams and Carr have a good relationship, and that equaled them Like you can tell they was working together in the offseason. But the problem is you got
Yeah.
to get the ball to these other guys. It really has to become an entire offense and not just one your one solid receiver. Because if you're playing against a good team, they're gonna take Devontae away, and you're gonna have to make the plays and make the throws. And in my opinion, Carr was a little skittish in the pocket and wasn't as precise with some of the big plays that could have been made. And just honestly, just either I don't. It's kind of hard to say if just bad choices. You know, a lot of those interceptions, especially in the fourth quarter, were kind of like one of them he like grossly underthrew a guy deep. You know, which was similar to what happened with Waller as
Yeah.
well. And it's just like, Carr, what's up, man? You're not there. Like I don't feel like you need to get there. The accuracy on the deep ball has got to get better. He's not known as a deep ball throwing guy, but he can do it. So I mean, they just gotta ramp it up a little bit, man. They gotta get accustomed to the players, get accustomed to the offense, and the plays are there. The wide receivers are open. Carr's just gonna have to do a better job of understanding where to get the ball and to not be so damn skittish in the pocket.
Yes, sir. Well, let's catch up to the chat here, because I think got the thing started off hot here. Drunk started watching the Niners Bear game just for the stream, so best believe we're going to talk about that there with you. Saito, is it true Tom Brady was deflating football on September 11th, knowing the commissioner was distracted? Can't answer
Yeah,
that.
you're gonna have to
Can't
call
answer that
this. You're
one
gonna have to
for
call
you.
the FBI and CIA on that one.
Yeah. And then Drunk watched so much football today, it did not make sense. I would agree with you. It was just nice going
Yeah,
channel searching just to find a game here. Thank God for the NFL Red Zone because that solves everyone's things
yep.
there. And then if Derek Carr was black, he would be coaching Pop Warner. Not to bring race into it, just saying. I'm just saying I don't think a black QB could be as bad as Carr and still be starting. Drunk, if you could elaborate a little bit on
Yeah,
that one
yeah. No,
there.
I understand the
Um,
sentiment because there is a shorter string for black quarterbacks. You can only make so many mistakes. Carr is still at least in my opinion, a 6, 7, 8 quarterback. He's had a pretty good career. He had a good season last season. I think if we paired him up against most quarterbacks, he's going to be above average. But I agree with you. There are going to be
yeah.
circumstances where there are quarterbacks who are going to be black where you don't get that many opportunities to make mistakes. And so I can agree with you on that. I just don't know if Derek Carr is the best example. I would say guys like who's the quarterback for Minnesota? You got guys like Kirk Cousins. Um, and I don't. I'm black, so I gotta support you. But Jameis Winston is still in the league. You know. I mean, so I don't know how he keep getting jobs, but
Yeah, we
but
don't know
but
how he's been lasting in the
but
league. He's still stealing
I
crab
don't
legs
know,
for his
but I,
teammates.
I I agree with you. I agree with you, drunk. It's just I don't know if Carr is the best example because if I put his numbers on the black quarterback from last year, I think you'd still be you'd have a pretty good quarterback. But there are some guys out there who, the Ryan Tannehills of the world who probably, yeah, if they was black, they probably wouldn't be in the league. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, all good. Hey, Gamer Boy 99, it's
Hey, what's up,
Kane. Hey,
Kane?
Kane. Still
That's
no
right.
cussing.
We
We're
doing
15
good,
minutes
man. We
into the
doing
show,
great.
and we ain't cussed yet, so that's a good thing. But drunk, yeah. I think UNT hit it off right. I think that's where it was. Don't worry about the miscommunication there. We all knew it was coming to an explanation here. So, but let's kind of turn to the Chargers here. Is this a big win for the Chargers to start the season off in the AFC West?
Oh, say that again for me. That's,
Is this a big win for the Chargers to start the
yeah,
AFC
absolutely,
West?
because the AFC West is going to be extremely tight. I mean, you got
Yeah.
Kansas City. Obviously, the Raiders are in it, and then you got Denver, who's going to play tomorrow, and we have no idea how good Denver is going to be. We have no idea. So if Denver comes out and they smoke the Seahawks, they're going to be looking at three 1-0 teams. I don't think they start playing each other until a couple of games in, like halfway into the season, and then at the end of the season they all play each other, all the AFC West. So yeah, every single win in this particular division is going to count. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is a
Yes.
great win for the Chargers. It's a slap. It's a slap, a wake up slap for the Raiders to understand that yeah, you had a lot of expectations coming in to be a good team, but you haven't done anything to earn it yet. So they got to work for it.
Yeah, and drunk, you are absolutely right. Justin Herbert is him. I think we'll talk about it later, but I think this MVP race is going to come down to two guys. Justin Herbert's one of them. And I'll let you guys trying to figure out who the next one will be when we talk about him shortly here. So, T, leading into the Raiders' next game here, trying to see who they've got on the schedule. It looks like they are playing the who do we got here on the schedule
Let
for
me
them
help you
next
out.
week? It is
Let's.
I know Oh, they got the Arizona Cardinals. Another good team coming out of the NFC West here. Another good test for them. How do you? I mean, it's going to be hard to predict here, but week out. But is this? Are the Raiders? Can the Raiders run the chance going 0-2, or does this have to be a really big? Hey, we need this victory now, kind of
Yeah, I
thing.
think they have a chance to right this ship. I don't think they're going to blow out the Cardinals though. The Cardinals just came off getting just blasted by the Kansas City Chiefs. So you got to think the Cardinals are going to come out next game looking for blood. And they too need to right the ship. So you're going to look at two teams trying to right the ship in divisions that are really tough, the AFC West and the NFC West. So I think you're going to be looking at a good game. And yeah, the Raiders are in danger of going 0-2. I don't think it's not going to be an easy win. So I think both teams will be motivated. I think the Raiders have a great chance to get a win. I like some of the things that they did in the fourth quarter. I like the fact that they targeted Winfro in the slot a little bit more to help them pick up first downs because they had a tough time converting. I liked that Carr got a little bit more confident with getting the ball down the field as we got later into the game, even though he threw two interceptions. And the
Yeah,
fact that they went to Josh Jacobs a little bit more in the third was good too. I think if they just continue to move in the right direction, find the things that work for them, it's going to be a competitive game. So yes, there's a danger they go 0-2, but I don't think that they're going to get they're not going to blow out the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to have to fight. So
yeah. And Drunk's with you. He looks like Arizona looked terrible. He's got the Raiders as well with you on that one. But let's talk about the big topic today. You
here we
had
go.
we had the Niners and Bears today, and let's talk about the backstory before we talk about the quarterbacks here. Justin Fields felt like he took this game personal because he was in that slot 3 overall pick as the Niners had it, and the Niners chose Trey Lance over Justin Fields here. So it's everything that would build up to it. So let's get all the excuses out of the way right now before we talk about the rest of the game here. The weather conditions weren't all that great, so let's get that out of the way now. The Niners had way too many dumb penalties, so let's get that out of the way now. And there were no big throws being made due to weather conditions. Now that all those excuses are out, let's talk about our boy Trey Lance here. Can we pull up his stat line here? He was 13 of 28, 164 yards, five. You know what? I'll take from
Give him
5.9 to
six.
6
Yeah,
yards.
give him six.
I don't know where you get zero point 0.9 yards when they don't even give that to you on the field. So we're not even going to talk about 5.9 here. No touchdowns, one costly interception that gave the Bears the lead. Sacked twice, forced 9 times with a quarterback rating of drumroll, please,
Fifth.
50.3.
Yeah.
So who wants to start with Trey Lance?
Well, I mean, I'll start. It's what you thought it was going to be. It's a young rookie player with not with little experience playing in his first having his first NFL start, and that's what it looked like. It looked like a guy. He was back there in the pocket. He felt rushed all the time. He was throwing the ball in the dirt on some of them short routes, and the weather conditions didn't help out with that. He was missing. He was missing guys. He didn't look comfortable. Let's say that. And I think because of the fact that he wasn't comfortable, uh, the points weren't going to be there. And I just feel like dude tried to make plays with his legs, but when he did, he got popped. And
Oh, he took some shots today
yeah, the
too.
Bears did a good job of containing them and just saying, okay, cool, okay, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us with your arm. And he could not do that. And so
Yeah.
I'm going to transition that into the real question because this is what we really want to know. And I think drunk already may have talked about it, but does what does this game look like if Garoppolo is starting?
Ooh.
They only scored 10 points Okay.
Well, the points were going to be at a premium regardless today. Like I honestly think 10 points was going to win a game under these conditions here. I Man, the guy in me wants to say Jimmy G may have had that game in his hands. There was a couple of throws that I think Trey Lance should have eaten there. I give Trey Lance a lot of credit today. He did make some smart throws, not forcing it too much. But the thing that gives Trey Lance that edge over Jimmy G right now, and you saw it, was he was able to move around in the pocket a little more aggressively than say Jimmy G would, though. But at that point, I still think in a game like that and that experience, I'll bring experience into this. Jimmy G has the upper hand because he's played in these games before. He's been in these environments, so he's gonna know what it takes. I did see Trey Lance trying to do a little too much out of his realm, which you wouldn't get outside of another quarterback at this time here. I don't think today's game was going to be the right thing to do it. And on paper, the Niners should have won this game, even under these bad conditions. This should have been a Niner win here. The Bears name a receiving core from the Bears right now off the top of your head.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
It's
Field's stat line isn't much better. It's just the fact that he had 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's really
well,
that's the big difference. The fact that
and
he threw a pick as well. He had less yardage. He only threw the ball 17 times, but that was the game plan. And so I don't know if it's the Niners are asking Trey Lance to do more, and because of that, that's going to put him in this position where he's got to show up or shut up. And well, he's a starter, so I don't know, man. I think this doesn't mean he's a bad quarterback, but what it does mean is that, as I mentioned, as we've been saying, there's going to be ups and downs. This is a rookie quarterback. He's not going to come out firing, and that's the thing I think we were trying to talk about before the season was we need to temper the expectations a little bit. I think everybody was kind of like, oh, he's going to be great. He's going to be great. Hey, he might be, but generally it takes a little longer than almost a season, really, for a rookie quarterback to kind of understand and feel comfortable playing under that amount of pressure. Because being a Niner quarterback carries a lot of pressure.
well, let's talk about that because that is a topic in the chat right now here. Drunk Trey Lance is overrated. Jimmy would have never lost that game. I'm starting to side a little more with that. Justin Fields made lasagna out of rocks. I mean, he worked with what he got there.
Yeah.
Rachel, the game wasn't on Trey. Yes, he wasn't looking good. Kyle Shanahan, conservative play calling. He's got to go conservative when it isn't going right with that kind of quarterback there.
And the weather.
And so.
Yeah.
And the weather. So, both teams had to deal with the weather. It wasn't just a one-way kind of thing. Yeah. But the big question, why is Lance under a microscope? Why was today's game a deciding factor if Trey a legit quarterback? It's not so much if he's a legitimate quarterback. These are the building steps on trying to develop a legitimate quarterback here. And the only reason why Trey Lance is under this microscope is because of the position that the Niners are in for this season here. You have a rookie quarterback trying to take a Super Bowl ready team to this promised land. And that's why this is such a magnified game every single time he goes out, is because is this team willing to sacrifice a growing time for this quarterback in order to win a Super Bowl? Josh Allen didn't have a good team when he came into the league. The Bills were dog crap when he got there. Yeah. And they built that team around him, and now we're gonna touch on the Bills, but at this time right now, Trey Lance's 49ers team first year is 10 times better than Josh Allen's first year with the Bills. That's why this is so magnified with the expectations for Trey Lance. But the expectations are also set by us, by the fan base, by the other media as well here. There was so much controversy into letting a guy who's been to two NFC championships, one Super Bowl. The guy has a winning record, and you're ready to hand the keys over to the rookie.
Yeah, to an inexperienced.
And that's why we're having this conversation right now, is because of what Trey Lance has in front of him. If we are haters, we're haters, but it's not us. This is, if I had a team that was ready to go to the Super Bowl and this quarterback, I have a new quarterback coming in, he's getting put under this microscope.
Yeah.
It's 100% getting put under that microscope there.
Yeah.
So
You
that's
make
just
a good
how
point,
it is.
B. In a normal situation, you've got a bad team because you got a top draft pick, and so there isn't much expectation. There's obviously expectation for the quarterback to perform, but there isn't much expectation for the team overall. And so I think this is just a different scenario, and that's why there's a microscope.
Yeah,
So
and
let's
the Niners gave 3 first-round draft picks to the Bears for this guy. So
yeah,
that's why there's you got to take into consideration that what the Niners gave up for him to get him.
yeah,
That's a lot of first-round draft picks for a number 3 overall pick. So if you're that high on him, he comes in with this expectation ready to go here. So that's just that's just my opinion on it. That's what I believe in is just he's got a lot of pressure on him to win. And hopefully next week he is at home against Seattle, who we're going to see tomorrow night. In that there, but even when the Seahawks were bad, they still played the Niners tough.
yeah,
So this has got to be a win game for Trey Lance because we talk about the window of the schedule here. By week 4, that schedule gets extremely tough for the Niners. And so they got to at least be at 500 or above for him to, before the chatter starts happening, is when does Jimmy G come in to keep the season afloat?
yep. And let's get caught up, man. You guys are coming in hot.
Yes,
All
they
right,
are.
so Drunk, we got Rachel, he couldn't make a pass. How you going to open up the playbook? Yeah, there's definitely that going on. Last pass was an overthrow to you can pronounce that for me, Brian.
Juszczyk? Juszczyk?
Juszczyk. There you go.
I went to public school, man. It's gonna be a little
Pretty
tough
much
for
sums
me.
up the game. It says, please tell me Josh Allen had an amazing first year. Look at him now. Plenty of other QBs like this too. Career stats: Manning, Favre, Young. Yeah, and I think that's what we were
Farce.
talking. Well, I know what she meant.
Yeah.
I think I know, and this is what we were talking about. Is those other quarterbacks started off on crap teams with crap, with crap rosters, so they had that chance to grow. Unfortunately for Trey, he's walking into a situation where the idea is to win right now. And so I think that's why there's a little bit more pressure on him. So those guys did not have great first years, but they also didn't have the expectation to win the Super Bowl that first year either.
Rachel brings up a good point before we move on to the rest of the comments here. She does bring up a cool point. When Steve Young took over the Niners, that was still a very good team um, that he inherited, and they made the playoffs, but there was a lot of growing pains for Steve Young. Can Trey Lance
Yeah,
have that?
that
Absolutely.
doesn't happen. That never happens. Let's be realistic.
But
It's only happened twice.
the the same
Aaron,
the same microscope.
yeah, Aaron Rodgers and
Hmm.
Steve Young. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Not a lot of teams
I don't know
inherited.
any other situation where a Super Bowl winning quarterback left a team and the next guy up won a championship.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
can't, at least, unless I'm wrong. I mean, if you could think of some other ones, let me know. But that rarely ever happens in the league. Rarely ever.
it does. It's a special thing to see there. So if Trey Lance has got it, hopefully he'll figure it out. But the Niners aren't talking about just making playoffs here. They're talking about winning Super Bowls here. There's a difference. I'll let you get us caught up in the chat here,
Yeah, but
T.
Byron Pringles. That's okay.
I still don't even know who that man is. He ain't on
Uh,
my fantasy roster, so I don't know who he
Adam
is.
now. Where can I bet money that Trey is a bust so I can empty my account? Dang, we going hard, drunk. Okay.
Las Vegas drunk. Head to
Just
Vegas with that one.
Justin Fields looked amazing for what he had to work with. Yeah, I think Justin Fields will be a good quarterback. I don't know if he'll be a great one. Um,
Well,
get,
Justin Fields had a really rough first year. You
yeah.
want to talk about guys who had a rough first year? That dude couldn't even look at his first option without getting sacked. All the
You know
last
what
year,
helped him though?
getting reps in.
Mitchell Trubisky. That's what helped him
Oh yeah,
because Mitchell
oh yeah.
Trubisky was so bad that even though the guy won the game today, whatever, but he was so bad with the Bears that the
You-
Bears were like, I don't care, just roll him out there. We're gonna give him all the reps. We're trash right now, and we wasted a top draft pick on this big giant just statue. I mean, the guy's
yeah.
horrible. Um, all right, hi Rachel, it's Kane. All right, we got some chatter going back and forth. Rachel saying hi to Kane. No, it's set because you are haters. So yeah, so no, we're trying not to be. We're just realistically looking at least in my opinion now. B might be a hater. I don't know, but for me, rookie quarterbacks very rarely make that much of an impact in order for you to get to the playoffs in the Super Bowl. Generally, it takes them a lot of time, and I think the expectation for the Niners it's a little bit more than what Trey Lance may be able to do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
He might be a
no,
great
it's
quarterback in 2 to 3 years, but right now you're gonna have to go through the bumps and bruises. Uh,
and under a microscope while you go through
yeah,
these bumps
yeah,
and
that's right.
bruises. That's the big thing.
So this team has a window. If Trey Lance takes 3 years to develop, window is going to a silver. Yeah, unfortunately that's
It's
true.
it's too true.
Yeah, I bet we got drunk coming in again. I bet Kyle Shanahan looked at Fields like, wow, we traded for nothing. Okay, and then Ray got Rachel chiming in. Jimmy G's accuracy is just as good as Lance's. Tell me I'm wrong. Jimmy has shown us that all that he's given the Niners. So what are the Niners supposed to do? Yeah, I agree. You there is little you can do. It's just a question of is your future brighter with Trey Lance or are you gonna or is your present better with Jimmy G? So which
Yeah,
one do you want to do? You know, if you're okay with pissing off a year or two, then Trey Lance may be the guy. If you want to win now, then Jimmy at least gives you a fighting chance. Um,
yep.
so my thing is so we got drunk again. My thing is they bought in Lance saying he's clearly better than Jimmy and he's not, and then Rachel coming back hard,
Yeah.
or yeah, drunk. We don't know that based on one game. And drunk again. Yes, I may be overreacting, but it's first week,
We all overreact on the
and
first
it's
week of football.
and
We all do it.
on it goes. So we're gonna skip over up to Saito, who said some people for some unexplained reason prefer a failed Patriot experiment over the next Steve Young, aka Lance. Okay, wow.
I promise you, Cito, we're gonna get to the Bostonians in a little bit here. I do promise you that. But we got to at least we're not gonna cover my team for too long because all we did was we played the
The
Jets.
next Steve Young. That's very high praise, man. I don't know. I'm a big basketball guy, and anytime you start saying things like the next Jordan or the next Kobe usually that guy don't make it.
Yeah, to the respective team
I'm
though.
just to be
I
just to
think
be
what they're
honest.
referring to is to the respective team here.
Yeah,
In that regards there. So it is a very high praise when you get matched to
Steve
a
Young.
mobile quarterback
Yeah,
of Steve Young, and you even need to throw Jeff Garcia into that mixer because he was a good mobile quarterback
yeah.
for the Niners during the early 2000s there. So you got to put him in that conversation because Jeff Garcia won games as well. Um, but
Well, I think yeah, I don't know if I have too many other comments about the Niners game. Although it was a tough game for them. We'll see how they do next week. And Trey's going to have all season to prove himself unless they don't win any games, in which case then he won't. As B stated earlier, if they don't, they got to win some games. They can't just be below 500. Otherwise, it's going to be rough. All right, so we gonna jump into the Ravens. So we see the
let's
jersey.
just
So let's talk about
let's
it.
just make this quick. We played the Jets. All right. Um, Lamar Jackson's deep ball was looking good today, though. Again, it was the Jets, but that's a throw that Lamar Jackson has struggled with. Not only that, but also hitting his receivers in stride, and that was looking good today. So, um, the deep threat was there. The offense overall was good. J.K. Dobbins didn't play today as well. He was hurt, but this is a nice win coming from a team who has high expectations because of all the starters coming back this year. This is a good stepping stone. This is like a college football game where a D1 plays a D3 school and beats the absolute dog shit out of them.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
whoa, Kane, man, you
So,
forgot.
oh,
Oh my
Kane, if
God,
you're still listening,
$1,
I owe you $1,
$1,
sir.
$1.
There it is. I owe him $1.
Yeah, man, but I think the Ravens came out and did what they needed to do. The Jets are
Yeah,
not a good team. You need to go in there, get your win, and go home. Lamar Jackson did look good. He was not afraid to throw the deep ball today. He had a couple of misses early on, but
he let that thing
he
fly
threw it.
today.
He let
Damn.
it fly in the second half and got the two plays he needed for them to seal the game. So we got drunk chiming in with pay Lamar his money, which if they find their way into the top seed of that division, then yes, I think he will definitely get handsomely paid, just like the former Raven across the way did. Good old Joe Flacco, who threw for 300 yards today, and only was able to muster 9 points for his team.
Hey, that's the crazy thing is how does Joe Flacco throw for over 300 yards and doesn't finish the game? Like it doesn't make any sense
That's
that
Flacco's career, man.
they never would have done that when he was in Baltimore. I'll tell you that. They'd have let him finish the game. That's for damn
I
sure.
mean, it's the same thing. Remember, it was like Joe Flacco had the meanest looking long ball in the game, boy. But the
Yep.
problem is he was immobile, and he wasn't too good at the short game. So he just
No.
wasn't good at decision making. So that got him out of there quick.
But drunk, let's talk about that contract situation with Lamar. Right before on Friday, Lamar turned down a 6-year extension, $249 million, 133 million guaranteed. Shot it down. Now Lamar is not represented by an agent; he represents himself. So he is banking on this final contract season to be his best year because he's looking to make over 300 million next year. And so it's interesting that he's got that high hope, and this puts him under a lot of pressure to deliver for Baltimore here. He's got to get them into at least the AFC Championship game to be able to say, hey, give me that $300 million contract. I think his contract would be the first ever $200 million guaranteed should he get paid that amount there. But, that's not to say that players go down. Baltimore just lost a guy off their line today to an injury,
Dude, I
you
mean,
know?
the Ravens have no receivers, man. I don't see a situation where.
Hey,
I
hey,
mean, I'm
hey,
sorry, man. I don't see a
hey,
situation where they get that far. The AFC
Rashad,
Championship game. I mean,
Rashad Bateman. Okay,
what do
I'm
you mean? The
putting it like
Bateman,
that.
the boy who was catching all the balls was Duvernay. What's his name?
I know. No, Rashad Bateman had the 55-yard touchdown.
Yeah, but the other dude had more catches. I thought, man, come on, it's your team. But I don't know, man. If those guys develop, maybe. But I just feel like there's so many teams in the AFC, man. I mean, they'll be good if they make a wild card. That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
They have to win this division. They got to be a top two team. That's the only way he gets paid that
Yeah,
money.
yeah, I hear you. I just don't know if it's gonna happen. Let's
Right.
get caught up on the chat because again, man, you guys are just like on fire right now. I can't even keep up
Yes,
with
they
y'all.
are.
So we got Zeta, we got Rachel chiming in with the obvious. Let's not talk about the Ravens. They just beat a high school football team. So
Yes, we did, and we damn
yeah,
proud of it.
they are not a good team. The Jets are terrible. And then we got Saito chiming in with Steve Young. Took a few years to grab the goal. Keep the glance on Lance. Oh wow. We got taglines, man. Can't, are you ready for this? The next game with the people holding it in the stands, glance on Lance. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Well, yeah, I agree. If he's a great quarterback, it's definitely gonna take him some time. Don't know how great it'll be. We'll see. Lamar D-ball looking amazing. Lamar always got the sauce. The arm has always been on point. Keep the glance on Lance.
I swear to
Hey.
God, we gotta. Uh,
We need to get a
hey,
T-shirt.
make sure
Where the
we
T-shirt at?
make sure we hashtag that
Trademark it.
when we put our
Saito,
cuts.
trademark it right now, and
Yes,
go get your T-shirt.
trademark
Go
it that,
start.
please.
Go print like 200 T-shirts. Go to the game, the home game, and be standing outside. You about to make some money, my
Glance
friend.
on Lance.
All right, then we got Saito hopping in again. Maybe you're wearing the Raven jersey because you didn't watch all your Niner jerseys.
I got
Oh,
rid of all my Niner jerseys. I changed. I am a bandwagon Ravens fan. I will absolutely um agree to that 100%. So I'm just gonna get that out of this conversation now.
and then it says we got Drunk chiming in with 133 mil guaranteed. Not enough for my guy. 200 mil guaranteed, or we ain't signing. And then and,
No, but he's got to earn
yeah, and
it.
then Saito chimes in with maybe Lamar had a tough time with math in school. Well, no, not really, because then you'd have to say that the Cleveland Browns had a tough time with math because they just paid Deshaun Watson around the same amount of money.
They that's a team that needs to go back to algebra. Let's just put it like that.
Don't blame the brother. Blame it's on them. Yeah,
Yep.
that's not their fault. That's the Cleveland Browns' fault. That's who he looking at. Anyway, so we got a Trey area. Okay, Rachel. We ain't forgot about you, Trey area. Like I said, get your T-shirts. Be out there to sell them. Says Lance gonna be better than Carr. Bet. Yeah. I mean, he could be. We'll see. Again, we got a long ways to
How
go.
much you want to bet?
I'm not betting anything.
No, I'm asking Rachel. She said
Okay.
bet.
Yeah, Rachel. Put your money where your mouth is.
Not loyal to your soil. Might as well be a Dodger fan too. Jump on that. I'm not jumping on the Dodger bandwagon. Come on. Do you know how I feel about
Man,
LA? That's
there
not
was
gonna
a hater
happen.
comment, but I'm feeling some real hate coming from the chat. What's going on here? Bro,
It's that family
is
love
that
right
what it
there,
was?
sir.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is right there.
Just little bit of love. That's all, y'all.
Yes, sir. But let's jump around the league here. Can we talk about the Bengals and the
Yeah,
Steelers?
well,
Is that a game we could talk
it
about
was a
right now?
stupid game. Yeah, I was waiting to watch. Okay, well, first let's start off with this. We talked about young quarterbacks, and one of the actually surprisingly good quarterbacks and wide receiver tandems was Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And well, they kind of stunk up the joint, especially Joe Burrow. He threw a lot of
Four in,
interceptions.
four
TJ Watt
interceptions.
was all over the place like a man on fire. His butt was burning. He jumped in the air and snatched the interception out the air, sacked him on the play before. The dude was crazy until he messed up his pectoral muscle. Hopefully he's all right. But
Yep.
yeah, Joe Burrow looked terrible, man. I don't know what happened. They came out there looking like they was at the strip club the night before. And I just Chase had some good plays here and there, but they tried to bring it on in the end, and they left it in the hands of the kickers. And well, the
Oh
kickers were the
my
last ones
god.
to leave the club the night before because they couldn't hit anything.
Yo. It got bad from when well,
They
hold on.
blocked it.
Cincinnati lost their snapper.
Yes, that's right.
Um and then they had to go to the backup tight end, and Lord knows and then he snaps it hella high, and then leaves the kicker with laces in, and as Finkel would say, laces out. Finkel and
That's
Einhorn
right.
laces
Yep.
out, and that ball took a curve
That
towards the
ball
fan.
that
They
went
probably weren't even.
nowhere. Did you see it? Literally went pew off in the wrong direction. I was like, "Are you
That thing
serious?"
took a that ball looked like it had a bad alignment from on its wheels, man. Just went.
My man looked like he punted that with his elbow, man. That was bad. Anyway, so
And then and then Pittsburgh takes it down the field, and the kicker doinks it halfway up the
off the upright.
upright.
Yep.
The Bengals get it right back, get that
They get it
blocked,
blocked. Yeah.
and
Oh
and
my
then
god.
finally Pittsburgh goes, all right, enough is enough. We're gonna end this game. But my God, man, like
That
that
was
was
pathetic.
just,
It was bad.
ooh, that's why
Kudos to the
there's.
Steelers, though. I mean, nobody expected them to have any real chance coming in, and they actually played a
Hey,
really good game.
honestly, Mike Trubisky didn't look half bad out
Yeah, well,
there.
he's got that.
I think they made the right
He's got that
decision.
dopey, freaking jock look on his face. Have you seen him? He always look like, oh, the whole game. And I'm like, dude, I can't take this dude. But let's jump into the comments because again, man, y'all are on fire. Drunk with did y'all see the end zone pass? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Jamar couldn't get it inbound, but the Steeler wide receiver had to play like just like that where he caught it in one hand and got both feet inbound as well.
Mm,
So there
that
was
was
there was
nasty,
two of
dude.
them. I don't remember the dude's name, but man, he reached up, had the guy on his back, got the ball, got both feet inbounds, and made the play.
It wasn't Chase Claypool, was
I
it?
think it was Claypool. I think it was. I think it was.
Yeah, the snap was too high on the Bengals field goal. Long snapper sold it.
Tomlin.
He
Man,
did.
Tomlin ain't sweating bullets, man. Drunk. He on the retirement plan for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He done put in 10+ years. We gonna
Tomlin was sweating. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the
we'll get
Bills
there.
and
We're gonna
Rams.
start with upsets first, and then we'll jump into the top teams.
Yeah.
So let's after that boo boo of a game. I'm trying not to curse. Kane, we
You
love.
about to owe a buck
I
pretty
know,
soon,
right?
dog.
We got to talk about the Dolphins and the Patriots. So, well, I don't know if this is an upset, but the Dolphins they cleaned the Patriots out. It wasn't much of a game.
Yo, that Tua Tonga Vailoa connection with Tyreek Hill, that's gonna be
First off,
good.
it's not hard to do when you got a guy on your team that outruns everybody. You used to play football in school, right?
Hell no, man. I was way
Well,
too
what
small
the?
for
You didn't
that.
play on the playground anyway. So,
I played on
yeah,
the
when you play
playground, but
playground
yeah,
football, you
okay.
got one
See, when
guy.
you said
I
school, it
know,
was
not like
like,
on the
did you
team.
put the
Yeah,
pads
no, I
on?
just meant
Nah,
playing.
man. Mm-mm. Nope.
When you got one guy faster than everybody else, you only need to run one play. It's like let him run.
Yeah.
And Tyreek is so fast that all DBs have to respect him. So he could turn around on a 10-yard and stop in a spot, and he's sitting there by himself. The guy is that good. So, but yeah, I don't know how good Miami will be because trying to say the Dolphins are going to be good, it just doesn't sound right coming out of your mouth. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing that gives them the best opportunity here is they have two legitimate wide
Yeah,
receivers now. You have Jalen Waddle on one end, and you have Tyreek Hill on the other.
right,
And just imagine when you have them both on the same side of the field. Who are you going to go
right,
chase?
exactly.
It's got to be one or the other. So one's bound to get open here, and Tua is a accurate thrower. He's been accurate since college, since his college days in Alabama. Um, but it's a scary look there. Um, uh, Drunk also chiming in here. I'm rooting for McDaniels to succeed. Coolest coach in the league. I agree. I hope he gets this opportunity to really shine. And I think the Dolphins are going to be there to compete for that AFC East title there.
Yeah, they'll have a shot. They'll definitely have a shot. And for me, all I'm looking for is the Patriots to be dog crap. That's all I want. I don't want them
Well,
to
and
ever
but
be good again. Quite frankly.
that's why I think this is an upset because the Patriots had such a really good first season with Mac Jones, and Mac Jones did not look like Mac Jones of last year, this year, or this
So
first
so
game.
his card. So let's get it straight. His card is popular, but not his game. All right.
His card ain't popular today, I'll tell you
You
that.
better sell, sell, sell,
It ain't
sell,
popular
sell,
today.
sell.
That's a dumpster fire right now. His card ain't worth shit until he starts winning again. And yeah, I think the Dolphins defense is going to be one of the most underrated defenses until I think they put their name out there by halfway through the season. The only thing that the Dolphins have to get over is going 0-7 to 7-7. They have to start 7-0 or something like that to really be out there. Because if they're 500, they can be like, oh, it's
Yeah, it's
the
the same.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
You
we're
know what
used
I'm
to
saying?
this. Yeah.
So, but I think this is a big win for the Dolphins. It's not often the Dolphins have gone out and won a home opener
Yeah.
either. So this was a big win for them in the eyes that looks as an upset here. But can we talk about one team who got their star running back, and he looked phenomenal not only on the field but in my fantasy team, and that is the Giants
Saquon
over the
Barkley.
Tennessee Titans. And Saquon Barkley was putting his head down, kicking people with his thighs, and just going off today,
I
man.
mean,
That boy was on
I
fire.
think the fun thing about watching him run is you don't get a chance to see featured running backs and offenses anymore in the league. And so it really does take you back to some of the old school running backs you remember seeing guys dominate from the running back position. That's what Saquon Barkley is doing. He's a guy you throw it to him in the open field. You can hand it off to him in the backfield. He can play in between the tackles or on the end, and he punishes guys when he gets into the second level. So that's the guy. That's the dude. I mean, he's carrying the whole team on his back, and that's what he did today
Yep.
over the Tennessee
And
Titans with Ryan Tannehill trying to make something
and
happen.
Kadarius Tony didn't fight anyone today, so we're winning there. On that one right there. But man, it was so nice. Saquon Barkley's got so much upside to him. That injury really hurt him
Yeah.
last year. But the fact that he came out, put 169 yards on the turf with a touchdown as well, but looked like the Saquon that we're all accustomed to. It's like this is going to be fun for the New York Giants this year, and hopefully they can start getting everything kind of caught up around Barkley here.
Yeah, and let's switch over to one last. This is going to be our last with the upset. Then we're going to jump into the top teams. But there's one player in the league whose hair is getting longer and his game is getting worse. That is unknown, none other than Aaron Rodgers. It seems like.
Hold on, he
Oh, he
cut his
did
hair.
cut it. Oh well, then.
He
Well, I
cut his
take it
hair.
back. Maybe it's a
Cut his hair.
Samson thing. Maybe he cut his hair. Now he sucks. But either way, Green Bay came out and looked terrible. I think Drunk put a quote in earlier where they were talking about looking at. He was probably looking at Devontae Adams' stats and shed a tear. And I can guarantee you that's exactly what happened. I mean,
I wouldn't say so much
Kirk
looking at the stats, but
Cousins.
he just
Come on, people. Don't let Kirk Cousins beat you, dude. He's the most overrated nothing in the league. The guy hasn't done anything but get large contracts for I don't even know why. I can't even answer the question.
You talk about a guy who really has found his way in the league for God whatever
Oh my god.
reason is Kirk
It's like
Cousins
the
here.
epitome of
Um,
average.
but man, Justin Jefferson
He
went off
did.
for the
He
Vikings.
did. I
Oh my
we're gonna have to
God.
touch on that, and we might not be able to do it tonight, but we got to get to that. We talked a lot about receivers before the season started, and we talked about who was going to be the best going into it. And
We barely touched on Justin
Jefferson,
Jefferson.
Diggs, Adams, these guys have shown out this first week of the season. So hopefully they will not disappoint. I will say that.
Aaron Rodgers sent Devontae Adams a "I miss you" text after the game. with a little face with the heart emojis on it.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. Yeah,
Oh
and
man. But
go ahead, man.
go ahead, T.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
let
So
you hit
Aaron
it.
Rodgers was 22 for 34, 195 yards. Did not look nice at all, and he has a receiver core of guys that I've never even heard of, except for Sammy Watkins, who is a little long in the tooth. Um, he's a little old.
Oh, we can attest to that because he was running routes for the Ravens.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he didn't get any younger
No,
after
he
last
didn't.
year. I'll
He
tell you
didn't.
that. But talk about a team that's going to fall off the face of this earth is going to be Green Bay. They don't have any wide receiving core. The guys who they have don't run really good routes. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to stack the box, force Aaron Rodgers to throw to these wide receivers, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have to be perfect with every single throw he makes.
Yeah.
It's a terrible situation for him. Nah, I don't care. He's
You
never
know,
been a really good
and
quarterback in my
Aaron
eyes.
Rodgers is one of those guys. He's not really a bona fide leader, so he's gonna give up like halfway through the season. He's gonna get injured or something, and he'll disappear. You know.
I know a great wide receiver doesn't have a job, Antonio Brown. Did you see the Steelers doing this Antonio Brown celebration where he's got this dance now? He does this. Ah, dude, it's
Oh
terrible,
my
man.
goodness.
Absolutely terrible. But Rage, let's get into that Bills Rams game. I know this is a big topic here because of what the Bills did to the defending
They
Super Bowl champions.
destroy them.
Holy cow, was Josh Allen on an absolute
Fire.
mission to prove to this league
He was on fire.
that he was on fire. Not only that, but that stiff arm that he gave to the
Yeah.
DB and threw his ass through the turf was hilarious. And then on top of that, when he got forced out of bounds, he laughed in that same DB's face as he was coming back onto the field. Um,
It, it,
that is,
dude. If I took, like Allen reminds me of if I could take Peyton Manning's size and throwing ability, and then give him Steve Young's legs. That's what you're looking at. The issue with Allen is his ability to run, and because he always poses that threat. Now he's not Michael Vick or something. He's not going to just run for a touchdown every time. But the guy can get out and flat out outrun linebackers and get into the open field. He can get first downs with his legs. But then he has the uncanny ability to stop on a dime and throw the ball 70 yards down the field. And to Stephon Diggs, who was burning Ramsey's draws off. I mean, what was going? He had one play where he just ran right by him.
yo.
I'm like, man, what is going on?
And then Ramsey had the audacity to talk crap to him.
He
And then,
he should have
oh,
been buying. He should
God,
have been.
he just got
Yeah, he got
toasted.
absolutely destroyed. So the Bills are going to be a great team this year. I don't think anybody thought any different. I think the only difference is we thought that the Rams would show up just a little bit more. And what we're seeing is a team that just won a Super Bowl, and they're still a little bit on that Super Bowl high. I don't think they're ready to compete at that high of a level. Stafford was out there looking old, real old. I mean, he was
Mm-hmm.
in the pocket, and all the lights was being shut off on him. Everything was collapsing on him, and he was taking a beating and throwing the ball to nobody, or throwing it to the other team.
Hey,
Actually, I should say.
but you know what? That throw he made to Cooper Cup in the end zone wasn't as
Yeah,
bad. Cooper Cup had a
no,
nice
the
little
guy can
game,
still
but
play. He just
yeah,
couldn't make enough plays.
yeah, he. Other than that, hopefully this isn't the Ram season because we want the NFC West to be just as competitive. But they didn't look good. Von Miller had his own party with
Sure did.
Matthew Stafford as
Yeah.
well. Um, but let's turn the focus a little bit on Josh Allen because I feel like he doesn't get enough respect in this league right now as a quarterback who's gone up the rankings. You have not seen him decline since he joined the league with the Bills. He has been on a steady upclimb. In my eyes, he should have been the MVP last year of the league for the season that he had.
You think so, huh?
It took a wild. I think so. It took a wild ass game against the Kansas City Chiefs for him not to have a shot at the Super
Well,
Bowl.
I'm just going to help you out. He got beat by the better quarterback in the league. He got beat by Patrick
I
Mahomes.
agree. He did get beat by Patrick Mahomes, but I think he is on. If there's anyone that is going to have a revenge
Yeah.
tour, it's gonna be Josh Allen. Um, that Bills team is probably, in my eyes, gonna be the best team in the
Yeah. No,
NFL.
I'm not. I can't argue with
Um,
you, man.
as of right now. I still think the Dolphins will put up a good fight if they could continue what they did today. Those would be the two teams out of the East. But in all honesty, dude, watching what the Bills did and what Josh Allen did personally against the Rams, they probably wouldn't have needed a defense against the Rams that night because Josh Allen did it all, dude. He did it all. And I wanted to kind of touch it on here before we get to the chat here. Who do you have as an MVP for this league? And I'll give you my two first. Um, it's going to be Josh Allen versus Justin Herbert for the
All
MVP
right.
title.
Josh
That's
Allen.
who I
Just
have it between.
it's tough. I haven't really sat down and really thought about it. I'm gonna say it's gonna be based on how teams do. As far as most valuable player generally goes to a a quarterback. So yeah, I would say Allen would be right up there. I'm actually going to go with a dark horse. I think if Saquon Barkley can stay healthy and they make the playoffs, he'd have a good argument to be just because it's something different. I think we're used to handing out we're used to handing that out to quarterbacks. So anytime there's another
Yeah.
player that can help lead a team from a different position, that player might have a great maybe slightly better opportunity to win it. And they're not going to keep giving it to Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. So it's going to be somebody new this year it's going to be somebody different this year for sure. So
Yeah.
we'll see, man. Aaron Donald obviously is long in the tooth. I don't think those guys are going to make the same impact they have before. But I think Herbert's a good one. I just don't think because Herbert is playing the AFC against all these other other good quarterbacks. I don't think he's going to get it, just because there are going to be other quarterbacks in his own division that will stat wise may end up being better than him in the long run.
But if he beats them, hold on, can you catch up
All
with the
right,
chat?
let's.
Because we got
Okay,
a
here we
lot to
go.
catch up in
All
there.
right, well let's start from the top. So Ramsey ain't been the same since Mike Evans toasted him. Yeah, to be honest, drunk man, there are no more one-on-one DBs in the league anymore. Guys play zones now. They get help over the top. I think we're just not in that era anymore. Guys got to stop talking mess and just play games. I think is what it comes down to. Says the only one. Rachel
Yep.
chimes in with the only player that showed up was Cooper Cup. I agree. Von Miller's drunk with Von Miller shocked me. Yeah, I did too. Did you see that double swim move he had? He went past one dude, dipped the other one, and then dipped the quarterback. Man, the boy he looked young out there in blue.
And the Rams didn't want that
No,
sticking
he
with them, huh?
no he I don't know what happened. I don't know. They should have kept him, but I think he was like, I'm gonna hop on the next gravy train. So good for him. Rachel chimed in
Yep.
with so you're saying that rookie QBs can have a steady incline as time goes by? Yeah, well, we've been saying that. The argument is
It's
that y'all want to win right now. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Bills weren't ready to win with Josh Allen, and even when he was there, they were not good. That if they go to the team that Josh Allen had when he took over to the team that Trey Lance currently has right now, does not match up one bit, and that's the conversation that we're
Yeah.
having. But yeah, it could happen. It honestly could
Yeah,
happen.
I got Josh Allen for MVP. That offense is smooth as butter. Yep, it is. It is. My dark horse is drunk chimes in with my dark horse is
Jameis
so
Winston, that is a fucking dark. Oh,
being true to your name, you must be drunk because Jameis Winston ain't winning nothing but a free crab leg giveaway at your local seafood market. That's about it. Jameis Winston, man, came out strong and ended real weak. I don't know why he's still in the league. Anyway, Rachel chiming in. Von Miller's haircut is on a retirement plan. You talking about that
Hey,
the
Taj,
pew the pew patch he got on the back of his
the
head?
the little the little the little upside down triangle he had on the
Come on,
back of
man,
his
stop
head.
that, man. You out here
Yo,
looking like I can't even say it on this show, man. Don't do that. Stop it. Oh my god. That was terrible, man.
let's talk about the Saints, John. You actually bring up a good team here in the South because actually, Taj, could you get us an update on the Sunday night game that's going on right now? What we got
Yeah,
going on
so
in
I
that
gotta
one?
read. Let me refresh. Y'all got my computer doing 20 things. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I tell you right now. Let's see.
Hey, and as you look it up, Gabe Davis is going to be the most underrated receiver on the Bills next to Stephon Diggs. All that attention that Diggs is going to get is going to open up Gabe Davis so much. If there's anyone who's going to have a big year in the wide receiving core, I expect him to be a part of that
Yeah,
program there. I a hundred
Tampa Bay is
percent.
up 19-3. Dallas cannot find a way to score, and they're just biding time. They're
How about them cowgirls?
guys are
Yeehaw!
terrible, man. Every year they get so
Uh,
much attention for
yeah,
nothing.
didn't you say how did they get branded America's
I don't
team?
know. Hey, quick note. Did you know that Jerry Buss could have was gonna buy the Cowboys, the owner of the
Oh
Lakers?
shit! It's a good thing he
What do you
didn't.
mean? That would have been better than this. They're terrible, man. All they can
Uh,
do is build stadiums. They don't have anybody to put in there.
it's a ginormous stadium.
Anyway, so it doesn't look like the Cowboys are gonna make anything special happen. They are gonna kick field goals until they lose this game. So anyway, getting back to what you were talking about, just whack. So the Saints, yeah, the Saints, they had a good win. They've got what's the kid's name? Hill. They
Uh,
they're
yeah, the
Doug
backup.
Flutie. I don't know what to call the
Yeah,
guy.
well, the offense I believe is really good. Um, they have the weapons. Alvin
Yeah, dude with the
Kamama.
gold teeth. I got you.
Um, Alvin Kamara is they got him. They've got Jarvis Landry is part of the wide receiving core, but no one talks about it. No one talks about it. But that defense that the Saints have has a chance to be really, really good. Taysom Hill, there it is. Thank you, Drunk.
Yep.
We were getting to that one there. But the Saints defense is going to be an absolute monster. Um, I think they'll win the South. I don't think Tampa Bay is going to have enough. There's a lot surrounding Tom Brady right now, especially with his with I guess he's going through a divorce problem with
Is he?
Giselle
That's why he came
supposedly.
back.
That's why
Oh
he well
man, damn, that's rough.
that's why he supposedly took some time
Dang.
off.
So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna retire. Then she was out divorce. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna need a little bit more money. Let me go ahead and put me back in, coach. Put me back in.
Hey, you got to get us caught up with the chat. But yeah, Drunk, I'm with you there. I think the Saints may be a good NFC team South. I just don't know if they have that potential to kind of let it blow into a bigger thing for them during the season.
Yeah, so we got Drunk chiming in with Jameis got the weapons available, which we kind of talked about with Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamara. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on the Saints. Yeah, they did have a big comeback. They scored 17 points in the fourth against a not so stellar Atlanta Falcons team. So we'll see how they do as we go through the season. I've been watching the game too. Micah Parsons got sacked on third down. See,
Yeah, Michael Parsons is a beast too. I'll give him that.
got two sacks
That
on
dude's a
third down.
monster.
Yeah.
Rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
CD Lamb is not a number one, not a first at all. Yeah, no, he was a slot guy. He should stay a slot guy.
I bet you they're missing Amari Cooper
Yeah,
right
they
now.
are. Who's with the
Mm-hmm.
Doo Doo Browns. Rachel chimes in with, let's talk about the 12 of 19 points that came from field goals. TB12 with only one TD in third quarter, 4 field goals to start the half. Well, he's old. I think we hoping that he teeters out. I know I am. I'm tired of looking at him, quite frankly. Michael Thomas is drunk with Michael Thomas is back for his throne, and then And then we got
Ooh.
drunk with Giselle, took the kids, and went to the other mansion. Interesting.
Which mansion? Did she go to the one in Boston?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That.
She likes cold weather, I guess.
Yeah,
She want to be down
I
in
guess they're
Miami.
just not seeing eye to eye. All these rich people with nannies watching their kids aren't seeing eye to eye. Doesn't sound like they spend a lot of time together. Anyway, moving on. I'm not gonna feel.
No, I need him to throw TDs. He's my quarterback in fantasy football. Told you he needed to be perfect tonight,
Tom Brady.
Rach. Needed to be perfect, and he's perfect on getting the team set up for
Yep.
field goals.
I mean, the guy's old, man. I mean, you saw Peyton Manning at the end of his career. He couldn't throw the ball past 20 yards. I mean, they gotta.
Hey, he was throwing passes as far as his
I
forehead
mean,
was,
they get
man.
old at some point. They can't stay young. Now, Brett Favre's the only guy I've seen like 40 years old throwing the ball 50 yards in the air. Other than that, they all get old quick. All right.
Yep.
Any other
Um,
honorable mentions we want to talk about from the season? Chat,
you
chat,
guys
you
got
guys
any
too.
any you guys got any games? Let's hear it from you guys. What games stood out to you guys that we may not have touched on? Um, we still got the Monday night game
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Well, I mean,
coming up here.
I'm curious to see how good the Broncos really are. I mean, there's been a lot of hoopla about this big giant contract extension that Russell Wilson signed, and quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing him and Ciara on television. So let's finally play some football for goodness sake and see if this team's any good.
We got a comment from Drunk. So much for my Cowboys Chargers Super
Oh
Bowl
yeah, man.
prediction.
Man, the Cowboys ain't winning nothing, man. They sold they soul for the stadium, man.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, that's well that's you know what, Drunk, that's a good little topic before we touch on AJ Brown. Well, actually, let's touch AJ Brown first. AJ Brown, of course, goes from Tennessee to Philly. Philly Philly is got a lot of hype behind them, and rightfully so, with
Jalen
Jalen
Hurts, yeah.
Hurts. With the addition of AJ Brown, I'm blanking on the Eagles running back though. I know he's a stud.
I'll
Um,
look it up for you.
but they had a bit of a competition on their hands today. The Detroit Lions, and do not
The
they'll get
Detroit
the participation
Lions.
they'll get participation trophies every day, but the Lions actually gave the Eagles a really big fight. They were down big and only ended up losing 38-35, but DeAndre Swift was a beast today
To the
for the
Lions,
Lions
yeah.
here. Yeah, a second year running back, and for him to put up the numbers that he had today was pretty legit here. So I think the Detroit Lions will have a lot of fight. How many games do you guys think? Um, how many games do you think the Lions will win?
Oh man, five,
That's a high number. I'll give
three.
them three.
Okay.
I'm giving them three.
Yeah,
Let's see,
Jalen
drunk.
Hurts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Quiet, and he's a mobile
Yep.
quarterback too. That's gonna be a good thing to watch for the Eagles. There, he's got a Donovan McNabb vibe to him.
Yeah. Donovan couldn't move too
That
much, but he
no, but he was
yeah
still a
he
decent
was
mobile
decent.
quarterback
Yeah.
though. Yeah, but he
Oh,
had an
his arm
awesome
was
arm
off the
though.
chain. Yeah. Donovan had a huge arm.
That was
Remember
deadly.
him and
Um,
Dante Culpepper. Remember Dante Culpepper?
yeah,
Huge arm.
that was a big dude to try to take down with the
Oh yeah.
Vikings too, man.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people had a good chance taking
Nah,
his
he's a
ass
big
down.
man. Big man.
um, well, Drunk brought up a good thing. Super Bowl predictions. I don't think we gave ours yet, but it's week one, so let's just give them now so we can. So I
See,
can write
man,
them
I
down.
gotta
Let me get
think. You
let me
got
get a
me
pen real
thinking. I haven't
quick.
even had
Hold
a
on a
chance to
sec.
think about this. You got me picking stuff. I don't even know what I'm picking. Kudos to the vacuum behind me, putting in that work, baby.
Wait, oh, Drunk. Hot take. I think the Lions win more games than the Packers. All right, Drunk. How many games do the Lions win compared to the Packers? I can't wait for this one.
Mhm.
We'll write it down right here. Line or Drunk. This reminds me of like inside the NBA when they do their sticky notes. Their sticky note call outs.
Oh,
So Drunk says Lions more wins than the Packers.
Lions more wins than the Packers, huh? All right.
All right. Um, Lions win 8 games. That oh my god, that dude, that's a brave soul there.
Man,
If you could take
to
that bet to
Vegas, man, for
Vegas,
sure, man.
take it over there. Okay, so he's got Lions with 8 wins and the Packers with
I,
6. Let me
I
ask
can't
you
argue with
this:
that.
how many times did they beat the Packers?
I can't argue with that.
I mean, the win total for the Packers you can't argue with. I think the Lions win total may be. That's a tough
I don't
one
know,
there.
man.
Jared
I
Goff's not
mean,
that bad of a quarterback.
yeah, I mean he's not, but I have a feeling that I don't know who else the Packers are playing. I have a feeling the Packers will at least to be 500, man. I don't see them being 6-5 games.
Yeah. Go ahead and chat. I'm gonna go grab some sticky notes.
How many sticky notes do you need? Anyway, well, while we're waiting on B to figure out his stationary situation, with his notepads. I don't know why he needs notepads. But yeah, no, I don't think I think there's definitely a good possibility the Packers will not be very good. I don't see them as being a team that's going to get hell. They might miss the playoffs this year. I don't know, or competing for a wild card if that.
More wins in the pack. And he said what? 8-6.
Yeah, 8-6.
Oh, Tom Brady's or Aaron Rodgers' time's been up.
Yeah,
I think it's been up for a
yeah.
minute.
He's been riding that wave of everybody calling him the best quarterback of all time and all this crap. But honestly, he's not. He doesn't have the wins to back. He doesn't have the championships and wins to back it up.
There it is. Can we see it? There's your call, Drunk. If you nail this, we'll send you something. I would like to see you nail this one here.
It'd be interesting to see how it work out.
Taj, what's your bold prediction for this
Oh
NFL
man, I
season?
don't even know if I have a bold prediction.
Come on, give me one. Give me one.
Oh man, bold prediction. I guess I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna stick with my home team as B's phone falls over. We gotta. I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna have the Raiders winning the AFC West.
Whew,
That's bold, baby. Especially after this week.
that's you want to make a prediction like that after watching what they just
did.
put out there?
I just did. Yep. I may
All
regret
right,
it.
there it
Hey,
is.
that's what it is. That's what it is.
AFC West.
Roll with my team. So I'm sorry. Wait a second. Hold the phone. Where are the
What?
Trey Lance to the Super Bowl hot take? Where is that?
Oh yeah. Is it not
I
a hot
guess it's
take?
not. I
I
don't know.
want
We just gone.
Rachel wants to have what you're smoking here.
Huh? Oh, come on.
Rachel says, yeah, "What you
It's the same thing
smoking?"
Trey Lance smoking.
Hey, drunk, don't feel bad, man. That defeats the whole purpose of the show, man. Don't
Oh
feel
no, that's
bad.
all good. I ain't worried about that, man. It's all
Yeah,
good.
man.
Hey, believe me,
All right,
I get a lot
Rachel.
of flack anyway. I'm a Lakers fan and a Raiders fan. It's not too many people out here in the Bay that like me, so it's good.
Man, that's why we friends. I like you.
Not for that reason though.
All right, Rachel, when you get a chance, give us since you've been in this chat, give us a bold prediction on your end. Um, I'm gonna go. Who?
What you got?
Write this one down. Nick Bosa, Defensive Player
Nick
of the Year.
Bosa. Man, if
Mm-hmm.
TJ Watt hadn't got hurt today, I would have said TJ Watt. Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa, Defensive
I
Player of
don't
the
know
Year.
about that one, man.
Watch.
I don't know about that one.
Dude was a menace on the field. I know you a Lakers fan. I just saw y'all trying to win the shit. Westbrook to the Heat.
We trying to ship
Drunk,
Westbrook to you want him?
to whoever.
Drunk, do you
To
need help? Because
whoever.
we can ship him to you. What you got? I trade Westbrook to you for a bag of Funyuns and a Coke. Let's do it. Write it up. I'll take it. Yeah.
Let's go, Rach. Hopefully Rachel's still here. Let's hear her bold prediction of the season for this NFL. Just to recap, we've got Drunk Lions more wins than the Packers. Lions with 8 wins, Packers with 6. T's got the Raiders winning the NFC West after looking terrible. I've got Nick Bosa with the Defensive Player of the Year.
Nate Hobbs, yeah.
Nate Hobbs. Yep. What else? What else? Oh, drunk. Let's talk about Albert Pujols real quick. Your boy hit number 696. When do you think he hits number 700?
When? Oh, we got dates now.
Oh yeah, dude, that's
Oh
the best thing
man.
about baseball. You can try to get a date on when he's gonna break this record. I'm trying
Wow.
to pull
Their
up
schedule.
their
Yeah.
schedule right now. Let's see how this is looking. I don't even want to talk about my Giants today. They put that crap on national
Oh, didn't
television
y'all used
today.
to the Dodgers or something?
Hey man, we don't talk about the past, all right?
Oh man. Tough
Let's
times. Tough
see.
times.
Cardinals, Padres, Dodgers, and then back to the NFC Central here. Uh, hmm. I'm gonna go with this. I'll go with this little prediction here. I think he does it. Shit. Oh, damn it.
How you do it twice though? Did y'all see that? He went for the double whammy. He did the
You didn't hear the F bomb I
James.
laid
Yeah, I did
earlier.
hear it. I just kind of glanced over it.
That's $4
You
I
over here
owe.
trying to get a triple double, like James Harden throwing the ball off your own backboard. Yeah, what are you doing?
Yep. I went for that. I went for that assist there. Wins the next home game for them. I think he does it at home. I think he does it. I'm going September 30th. He does it on a Friday night against the Pirates.
There
That's
we
what I'm
go.
going.
You you heard it.
Pujols to
You heard it here
700.
first. You heard it here first, folks.
I'm going September 30th. I know that's a bit of a long way, but um, against the Pirates, and then anyone else? Anyone else got
Nah, man.
anything?
They got drunk chiming in and said he hits his last four home runs all against Pittsburgh in the final stretch of the season. So that's drunk.
Oh, yeah, because they play a home and home series against the Pirates. So you give me a date on when you think he's gonna do it, drunk. Um, shit, I don't have anything else outside of this. We'll wait for drunk's prediction here.
Yeah, man. I think we covered most of what we want to cover for the NFL.
Well, who do you got tomorrow between the Bucks or not the
The
Bucks? That's going on right now.
Broncos.
Between the Broncos
The
and the
Broncos are
Hawks,
gonna win.
are they legit
I don't know. I don't
with all the weapons that they
honestly. I
have?
don't really know, man, because the Broncos haven't been good for a while now. They've run through quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. So the idea is that Russell Wilson will give them some validity, so people will be interested in watching their team. So we'll see. I just don't think the Seahawks really have much going on outside of DK Metcalf. So I don't think they're going to be very good.
I yeah. I mean they got a good team. Jerry Judy in the whiteout. I think Melvin Gordon the third is going to
Yeah.
um have a breakout season here.
It says
Um,
Drunk
his
Scott last game.
last two home runs of the final season. Last two games. I'll give you that.
He's
Last two
gonna get
games
it
of the final
drunk.
season.
He's gonna get it. He only needs four more. He's got it.
Yeah, dude. It'd be shameful for the MLB not to let this
Yeah.
happen. Let's see. What's Jump got? Everybody talking about Russ revenge. What about Drew Lock revenge? Bro, I've seen.
Well,
The Broncos wouldn't be in this position if Drew Lock was actually throwing the ball
yeah,
well. That's
yeah.
my honest opinion.
And Drew can't be too mad. I mean, he knows he's not that good. He knows it.
Yeah, I I think if Drew Lock wants to have a revenge season, I think he's got to prove himself in Seattle. I think
Yeah.
winning against Denver would be super nice, but honestly, I believe in the fact that if he was having a decent season with the Broncos and he showed the potential, they wouldn't have not gone out and gotten Russell Wilson. In my
Yeah, I
opinion.
mean, let's be real. They're playing in a very they're playing the NFC West. They're gonna get chewed up and spit out by the Rams and the Cardinals and the Niners. I just don't see them do anything. Last two games of the
Yep.
season. Boom.
Yep. There it is. All right, my man.
All right.
I don't know if you got anything to
No,
touch on.
man, I think that's about it, man. I'm gonna get back. I gotta eat some food. I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones tonight. Targaryens, Dragon, Game of Dragons.
If there's anyone who watches Game of Thrones, help my boy
You
T
don't have
out.
to.
I
I
can't
already
cover
know.
that topic,
Hey, that's my
unfortunately.
show, man. I'm gonna go watch it. I like watching. I like watching it. I like seeing what's gonna happen next. Know what I'm saying.
Oh, we got one more thing to plug. One more thing to plug here. This Friday night, 8 p.m., we are having a little sideshow for a half hour, 8 to 8:30. Tune in. It's going to be called what did I call it? Friday
Pick
Pick'em
'em
Dummies.
dummies.
Friday Pick'em Dubbies. You guys come with this energy that you guys brought with us tonight. Give us your 3 games for the weekend here with the point spread as well. This is going to be fun. This is not a gambling thing. First and foremost, I want to sit there and say that this is just fun. We're just trying to pick a game to see if our teams can cover the spread here. I did a 5-team parlay, and that the only team that covered were my
Hey, so
Baltimore Ravens.
what time? Repeat the time.
8 p.m. 8 p.m. on
8 p.m. to
Friday
8:30,
Pacific
y'all. I'm gonna put it
Standard
in the
Time.
chat for y'all. Pick 'em dummies Friday, 8 p.m. to
Yes,
8:30.
sir.
And then we got Drunk chiming in with, oh, I'm a GO. Oh yeah, I'm a big GOT fan, man. I like it, man. The only thing I disagree with is like the last 5 episodes of the final season from the original Game of Thrones. But everything else, man, it's all good. It's all good. So we got to start talking about it a little bit if we can at the very end of the show. But we got to get B caught up because he don't really watch it like that.
Nope. I'll watch How to Train Your Dragon. Does
Dude,
that count?
come on, really? It's a goddamn kids movie, man. What is you talking about, man?
I had dragons in it. Kind of
Don't
Game of
don't don't
Thrones.
don't don't do that. Don't do that.
I
Look,
had to,
man.
man. I'm sorry.
It's not that Hobbit crap, okay? It's not what's the little kid with the glasses on? What's his name?
Ah,
Uh,
ooh,
I'm talking about the wizard kid. What's his name? Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter.
This ain't Harry Potter. This ain't for the weak. It's not for kids. This is grown ups, okay? You need to watch it. Be for real though. Get caught up on it, man. Jon Snow. Oh
Dude, that's a
yeah,
lot of Game of Thrones to try to be watching,
man. It
man.
go quick, man. Just start episode. Do me a favor. Do the
All right.
first 2 episodes of season 1. That's all I'm gonna ask you to do. After that, that's all you need. Then you gonna be like, oh, okay, I want to see what's gonna happen next. I promise you,
Is there nudity?
dude. There's more than nudity, way more.
All right, I'll watch it.
Like way,
I'll
like
watch it.
like they yeah. I can't. Kane is watching, but there's a lot more than that for sure. It's not for children. Kane don't watch it. It's not for children.
Go watch How to Train Your Dragon, Kane.
Oh yeah, drunk Jon Snow. Yeah,
Watch
Jon
it,
Snow
you won't
series gonna
regret it.
be
All right,
Jon Snow series gonna be tight too, man. Man, I'm
all
ready
right. Watch it. You won't regret it. All right. I'll throw it into my schedule this week.
for sure, for sure. All right, well I think that's
All
it
right,
for us,
y'all.
y'all. That was a good show. I just got
Appreciate the
notification
love.
on Restream that we have over 100 comments today on our live, which I think is the most we've had. So man, kudos to y'all, man.
Yeah.
Kudos to y'all, man. We appreciate y'all chiming in and joining us and coming with the fire. And y'all definitely keep our show interesting. Y'all keep us on our toes. So we much appreciate it. Much appreciate it.
Absolutely. We got some big things coming developing soon here. So
Oh,
just tune
oh,
in
oh, check
and
out the blooper videos, Drunk. So, Drunk, we got 2 videos that were bloopers that I put on our channel. We got one of B having some 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 maintenance problems with his leg, and then we got another one with your boy. What was the dude? What was the dude? Your boy Josh. There you
Josh.
go. Josh came in and dropped some Wu Tang on us. So check those out. Check those
Yo.
bloopers out. Y'all. I'm gonna keep making small clips and posting them. So if you happen to see them in our channel, go on them and watch them. They're actually kind of funny, believe it or not.
He said, "Y'all want to see a
I ain't
trash
watching
movie?
that.
Watch Morbius on Netflix." I still haven't seen it yet, so I'm
Jared
a
Leto ought
Mar-
to be ashamed of himself. I ain't watching that.
I'm a Marvel guy, so I'll check it
Don't
out.
watch it, man.
But
It's trash, man. You might as well watch Blade, the original Marvel.
hey, Blade was dope. Don't put that on me
No, no,
like that.
Blade is
That was
dope. That's what
before.
I'm saying. Watch Blade. Don't watch
All right.
Morbius.
I was about to say,
That's
man,
one of
don't
my
don't don't
favorite
talk bad
movies,
about
man.
Blade, man. That was right after Wesley
Oh
Snipes
man,
gave all his money
you heard
away
they
too.
remaking it?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I
I'm
don't
okay
know,
with
man.
that.
They better not have him like he better not be no sucker though, man. they bring up because you know how everything is now. Everybody's sucker now. You know what I mean?
That's true
Everybody all
too.
soft and
Yeah.
gotta make sure they include in there. I don't want to get into it, but you know what I'm saying. Just don't make them a sucker. All right,
All right, y'all. Well, hey, y'all have a good Sunday, man. Enjoy your time, T. Enjoy your family time. Tell the family I
for
said
sure.
hello.
We'll do. Same to you. Tell everybody I said what's up. What's up, Rachel? You was already in the chat. Tell Mama Birdie I said what's going on.
Definitely, man. Drunk, have a good night, man.
For sure. Late.
Later, y'all.